Hey, is this me? I can't tell.
Yo, what's up? So,
Not much.
The ceiling, obviously.
Aha. So it's the halfway, a little over halfway through the fucking year. So we're gonna do our top 5 albums of 2016 so far.
It's a tradition.
Yeah.
It's true.
We've done past couple years.
Okay, who's gonna start this?
Humbly. Chicken butt.
You started the fucking video.
Well, I'm in the
We
middle.
have to
That makes it
start.
make sense. How we normally do
We
it.
No.
usually start on the left, so therefore you go.
No.
Fine, I'll
From
start.
their perspective, you're on the left.
Well, fuck you!
Suck a dog's dick.
Yeah. So, there's
what
been
stupid albums do you have?
Oh, damn.
Fuck, bro.
Ouch.
I got Rock and Roll McDonald's as my number one.
Yeah. Leslie Willis. There's been a lot of fucking awesome music this year, in the metal world at least. I would say this has been the hardest list to put together this time around than in a long time. You know,
I would agree to that.
there's so many
Definitely.
albums that I could have put on here, but this is a hard 5 fucking albums. So yeah, there are some albums missing from this for me. Number 5. Album came out very early in the year. I have Dystopia by Megadeth. Just a return to form for Megadeth. A fucking very heavy, very strong album from start to finish. You know, most of the songs really stand out. Kind of gets back to what Megadeth does best. That's just tight riffs, fucking high-flying solos, and, you know, some pretty alright vocals from Dave Mustaine. You know? Not awful, not the best in the world. But it's all about the riffs. I mean, the riffs in Dystopia get me every time. They're phenomenal, you know. Poisonous Shadows, you know. Very heavy. Chris Adler on drums from Lamb of God. Great fucking performance there. It's just a great album. Number 4, I have another thrash album. My favorite thrash album of the year is The Evil Divide by Death Angel. I just think this is the best thrash album since Creator's Phantom Antichrist in 2012. This album literally just rips from start to finish. It's just thrash, and it's executed at such a high level. This is definitely the best Death Angel album to me. And it's, you know, a much better step up from The Dream Calls for Blood from a couple years ago. It's just every song instantly just stands out and is really good. So yeah, number 4. Number 3, I have Affinity by Haken. I don't think this album is as good as The Mountain. The Mountain is a masterpiece of music in progressive music, especially. But I do think this album is still really, really strong. It puts a good smile on your face, and it just has a way different vibe than The Mountain. That's probably the best part about it to me, is that it's just different. It shows Hawking can just write a lot of different music, and, you know, they can go really heavy like they did in some cases on The Mountain, or they can get it almost just rock. You know, straight up a little bit more classic rock type of vibes going on with songs like 1985 or something. But then really put a smile on your face with songs like Earthrise, you know. They're just a phenomenal band. Just a ton of talent. And Ross Jennings is just a phenomenal vocalist. It's great. I highly encourage everybody to check it out. Number 2, I have a technical death metal album. This is the way I feel technical death metal should be done, and that's Acrosis by Obscura. This is the first Obscura album in 5 years, and it's fucking great. The title track every single time. I mean, that opening riff is phenomenal, and then you add the sweeping over top of it, and just catchy vocals. You never think of catchy vocals in technical death metal. At least I don't. You think of, what sixth solo did they write, or that riff's fucking just nasty, in this band, they have that. They have the really crazy solos that sometimes are a little too much, but they also have those riffs that are just incredible. And then they just put it all together in a package that just feels really good. And it's not overbearing with just shred and nonsense. It's songwriting to me. It's good stuff. There's a lot of thought put into this. And this album just has such a incredible atmosphere to it. It's dark, and some of the leads on the guitars they're phenomenal. It's seriously an incredible album. And Obscura is just an amazing band. Their past 3 albums have been awesome, and I don't think that's really going to change for a long time with these guys. Then my album of the year so far for 2016, could change. Still a lot of music to come out this year. I have Kevin Hart. Now, I have Theories of Flight by Fates Warning. This album just hits it. This is an album to me that just kind of reminds me why I love music so much and why I love metal so much. They are a progressive band, and this album literally just puts everything together in such a breathtaking way to me sometimes. I mean, you take songs like SOS or The Light and Shade of Things that have some of the best choruses I've heard in a long time. You have just incredible emotion in the lyrics, in the vocal patterns. Then you just have such a variety in the music, but then you have just tight riffs, some very heavy parts. You have variety in everything, vocally, guitar-wise, and even the drumming. And drumming, like I said in the review, doesn't stand out to me a lot just because I'm more of a guitar player. That's the little things with guitar stand out to me more than the little things with drums. But the drums really stand out to me on this album. I just think it's an incredible album from start to finish. And it's an album that I cannot stop listening to. And I haven't felt that with an album in a while, where I just want to listen to it over and over and over and over and over again. It's great. I can maybe see it moving out of the top spot. Who knows? But it'll definitely at least end up in my top 5 come end of the year. It's a masterpiece to me. A masterpiece of progressive music. So, and it's not progressive in the way that Hawken is progressive or Opeth is progressive. They're a fucking metal band. They're more, like a Queensryche, an Iron Maiden or something. But they're, progressive in the way they write things. They don't have those stupid progressive moments. It's like, like dumb shit like that, or just really weird stuff like Hawken has. They're just fucking go with the flow. It's good. Yeah. That's my top 5 so far. Who's going next?
Fine, I'll go next.
I'll go next.
No, I'm gonna go. So,
so my top 5.
All right.
Now you can go.
All right.
So. No, go ahead.
I'm fine. All right. Number 5, I have For All Kings, Anthrax. To me, this is the best Anthrax album definitely since The Persistence of Time, or maybe even since like State of Euphoria or Among the Living. Like this album, I really like this album. The opening track, You Gotta Believe, is awesome. But I mean, like, it's still probably one of my favorite songs to come out this year. But the title track is fucking awesome to listen to. I love the chorus and just the whole structure of that song, how it's kind of based off of one whole thing. Like, this album's more thrash than Worship Music was, in which Worship Music was, I liked that album. I really liked that album. But this was just nice because, like, with songs like, Evil Twin, which, in the context of the album, I like. Wasn't the biggest fan of that song when it first came out. Breathing Lightning is another cool song. Suzerain, which is, like, weird. Like, there's a lot of new things that Anthrax has never really done before, and I like that. Hell, they're basically like over 30 years into their career, and they're still finding new things that they can do they've never done before. All of Them Thieves is like a really heavy song. I just think it all came together so much more nicely than again, basically anything since Joey Belladonna first left. It just came, and it's just like, it might not be the best thrash album, because probably if I had to put an album at number 6, I'd probably put Death Angel. But like, I think that just from I just love this album. It doesn't need to be the best. Give me a second. Number 4, I have Primal Fear, Rule Breaker.
It wouldn't have made my list anyways, but I did forget about that one.
Yeah.
Rule Breaker.
Yeah. Again, Primal Fear is another band that I really like, and it's not as good, I don't think, as I have the track listing it. There it is. As
Delivering the Black.
Delivering the Black. Why am I forgetting?
The Beebs.
But like, I mean, there's a lot of good songs. Like, Angel of Mercy is awesome. The End Is Near is really good. I mean, We Walk Without Fear is kind of probably lately. It's probably my second favorite song because of the middle part, but probably my favorite song is The Sky Is Burning. That's probably like, that's almost rivals Fighting the Darkness as my favorite ballad. I love the chorus of this song. Raving Mad's another cool song. In Metal We Trust. Rule Breaker is a funny song to listen to, but it's still cool. Like, it's just like, it's more of Primal Fear doing what Primal Fear does, but it works in such a nice way on this album. Like, in a lot of ways, it's weird. I think that Delivering the Black is a better album, but I feel like there's more individual songs that I like from this album. And it's just, I mean, they're going to continue on their fucking, like, warpath where they're getting better and better, in my opinion, with, like, each album that comes out. So, hopefully lots of new fucking stuff coming. Number 3, I think it's funny, because I think it was number 3 on your list, too. I have Hawken, Affinity. Again, I agree wholeheartedly with Tyler. I think The Mountain is a better album, but I think that shouldn't take away from what, this album is about. Like, I mean, my favorite song from the album is something that I almost can't see being on the last album. That's The Endless Nod. The Endless Nod is awesome. I just fucking love that song. Like Initiate is a great song. But then they have like all these really, the really more open and like meandering songs like Bound by Gravity and Earthrise and like Red Giant and shit like that. It's a different sound to, like, again, what I'm used to, which is like, The Mountain, but like it seems a little bit more controlled, and it works for this album. Like, it's like, The Mountain's this really huge, expansive, atmospheric thing, whereas this is like progressive rock, almost, just kind of straight up. Like, I mean, it's very progressive, very out there, but like I can see probably a lot more people getting behind this album than maybe The Mountain, because it's a little bit easier for, I would think, for a lot of people to grasp. But like, the vocally, this album's awesome. The guitar work and like everything. I just think the arrangements, this is just a great album. And Hawken took a little while to grow on me, and I think this is the album probably helped a lot with that. And I fucking love jamming this album all the time. Number 2, I have Jomsviking, Amon Amarth. I personally really, really like Amon Amarth. I like, even despite, like, you know, the things about them where they're not that, you know, is like a death metal band, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people go on, like, they're okay. But I just love the idea, just their style. It clicks with me. And the fact that they wrote a concept album is fucking awesome. Like, you know, the songs like the First Kill and Wanderer are really good songs that I really like. Raise Your Horns is, you know, the chorus is like, weirdly enough, like you wouldn't expect Amon Amarth to write like a metal anthem song, but that's what it is. At Dawn's First Light makes a lot more sense in the album than I think it did when they put it out like a couple weeks before the album came out. Stop that. Fucking probably like another song that I really like is On a Sea of Blood. On a Sea of Blood is like, I love that fucking riff in that song and just how that song progresses. The fact that I think that this album has a bit more of a direction than like older than like other Amon Amarth albums have, like Deceiver of the Gods, because there's the story driving it. It seemed like that, and also with the more traditional heavy metal influences that's all over this album. I think it's good because, I mean, if somebody were to tell me that, you know, leading up to a Deceiver of the Gods, that Amon Amarth was getting a little stale for them, that they just weren't enjoying it as much, I can kind of see it. But I think that this is the album to kind of rein those people back in. And then number one,
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
no,
Gojira.
Chelsea Grin.
no,
Gojira.
no. I have
Markiplier.
Universal Mind Project.
How's
Jaguar
it going,
Priest.
bros? By PewDiePie.
Yeah, Universal Mind Project. Jaguar Priest. This album's fucking awesome.
Jaguar Priest.
You know, it's a symphonic power metal band with like with the slight inklings of like folk or progressive metal in there, but it's, in a lot of ways they do so much that works so well for them, with the catchy choruses, the really great guitar riffs, like the intro riff to Truth comes to mind, and the fucking main riff and one riff in Awakened by the Light comes to mind, and like again with like great choruses, Awakened by the Light, Dream State, Truth has a great chorus, Anthem for Freedom, like a lot of good stuff like that, and just a very well-roundedness with, you know, because like they have the two vocalists, like a male vocalist and a female vocalist, and then they also have the scream vocals, and then like they just kind of an album that just fucking goes. Like, you know, they don't restrict themselves to being, all right, we're gonna go A B solo B. You know what I mean? Like some bands feel like they kind of have to follow through. Like they just kind of fucking write shit and it comes out, and I think that's great because it's multi-purpose music. Like I can just kind of throw this on whenever and I don't have to be in a certain mood, and that's something that I can honestly say that even though I really love all the other albums that I mentioned, I can't really do that with any of the other albums that I have on my list. I can't just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw this on and be okay with that. Like if I don't want to fucking listen to Amon Amarth, then I'm not gonna enjoy it. Whereas Universal Mind Project, I feel like it's just a fucking killer album that's just great to throw on whenever I want. So that's my top 5 albums so far. Liable to change probably as I listen to even other albums that came out and all the other stuff that's supposed to come out later this year. But yeah.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just fucking thinking
about that chick from Popeyes.
I think about how to get up at like fucking 5 tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about that, underage girl. I have 2 honorable mentions. 1 and 2. No, I really have 2. Gore from Deftones.
Yes.
And
that's a good album.
Views from Drake. That's fucking weird. I never expected myself to listen to a Drake album and be like,
yeah.
Oh.
But it's not that bad, honestly. Like, the dude is okay at writing music, or whoever writes his music for him. Sorry.
Shout out to Heart/Wires from
Man.
Deftones' new album. That's my
Shout
favorite
out to
song
an
of
actual
there.
song.
It's one of my favorite songs of the year.
Shout out to...
It's a great album, though, but that song
What was that guy's name that died?
from Deftones.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well...
Marky Mark.
I'm going to look it up because it's...
I remember I
it's
said
on
his
me.
name wrong once.
Marky
It's
Mark.
really dumb.
I'll look it up.
Alright, my number 5. What the hell is my number 5? My number 5, I didn't really expect to think this album was like all that. That sounds kind of bad because I didn't expect it to
Good
be
show.
too... What?
All that.
Good
It's a
show.
good show.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be like too different from the first one, but I had Baby Metal Resistance. The first album was like weird, and that was the thing with J-pop and metal, like it's funny and like
Chi Chang.
yeah, I called him Chi Chong. So I was thinking like
Cheech and Chong.
yeah. Anyway, I expected to be like kind of like their first album, but honestly, I thought like they had some decent songs on this album. Like each song it's weird. It's like each song is like J-pop, and then they take like a different kind of metal for like each song. It's sort of weird. Like I don't know. It's not too bad. I don't know if I really listened to it too much later in the year, but I was honestly kind of impressed with it a little bit. It's actually pretty good. The next one I have is Sonic Youth Spinhead Sessions, which is just instrumental alternative shit that like only Sonic Youth is still doing, and that's a good thing because like only they can do it. Like if you've listened to Sonic Youth, you hear like Sonic Youth in it, but to describe it to someone that's never really listened to them, it's just alternative, avant-garde, like just relaxed fucking like it's almost like listening to this music kind of makes you brain dead, but like in the best way, sort of. Like it's just something that kind of takes you out of it. You know what I mean? I thought it was pretty cool. Because I can't remember my fucking list. Next I have Conscious. Yeah, Conscious by Broods. They're like... I listened to their first album a while ago. I think it was earlier this year. They put that out in 2014. I think they're from New Zealand, and the producer is like the same dude that did like Lord's first album. And I'd say their first album sounded a lot like Lord. But I like Lord, so it was like, alright, that's cool, it has some jams on it. They're a little different, a little more electronic, and that like a little more upbeat. But this album really took it to a new level, made it so much more upbeat, and had a lot of like bigger feeling songs. I thought it was pretty cool. My number 2 album is someone that, honestly, if I lived my life over again, I don't think for like a million times, I don't know if I would ever find this person again. Nico Yaryan. I hope I'm saying his last name right. I don't remember how I found. I think I was listening to like Spotify, like a random playlist, and when this dude's song, this dude's song came up, I can't fucking talk right now. When this dude's songs came up, the album is What a Tease. It's like this dude with a guitar and like this, just a small band that I feel like a douche saying this, but like, dude, no one knows them. But like seriously, this dude has some real talent. It's like. One of the first songs I heard was Old Gloria. It's like this fucking ballad, like 50s sounding like old kind of love song feeling thing that's just slow and has this old fucking beat to it. And then all of his other songs, there's like these jammy fucking songs, and it's so like different. Like it feels like from a different time period almost, and it feels so authentic. That's the thing. It doesn't feel like I'm trying to be this. It just feels like this authentic, different album, and it's really cool. Just some like jammy stuff. And then my favorite album, strangely enough, I haven't listened to it in a little while. I've been listening to some stuff that's like come out other years. lately. But the album I think I really like the most from this year, strange enough, is Tegan and Sara, Love You to Death. I didn't expect to like this album. I didn't expect to ever really listen to this album. I previewed a couple of the songs on iTunes, and it's like they've been like electronic stuff, like they took this album and it's really been like, it's this perfect blend of like modern music, but with like, it's like 80s music with a modern twist. Instead of saying modern music with an 80s twist, it's like 80s feeling pop music. It's weird, but I really like it because it's, I don't know, it's just so, like I said about the previous album, it just feels so authentic and natural, and it's really enjoyable to listen to. I just really liked it. Obviously, that's my number one.
Nah, you didn't.
No, I hate it. I hate.
Oh, we were making top 5 albums that we liked. Oh, whoops!
Oh,
Fuck.
yeah. In that case, Attila.
Maybe, no, I don't think they put anything out. I don't think I pay
Still,
attention enough.
they're number one. Snoop Dogg, number one, Marijuana.
Is that an album name?
Oh, I think it's from a Jimmy Kimmel thing where he gets this guy that hangs out outside of a studio or something. I don't know if he's from this country, but he doesn't speak English very well,
Mm-hmm.
and like he just kind of like talks, and it's kind of funny because it's like that language barrier. They were carving pumpkins, and he was like carving a Snoop Dogg pumpkin or something.
Yeah.
It's like Snoop Dogg, number one, Marijuana. It's kind of funny. And then he called like Kim Jong Un. What was it? Shit, I can't remember. It was like King
John.
King Johnson. King Johnson.
Nice.
God damn.
Yeah. So there is some good content on Jimmy Kimmel. not to take shots at Jimmy Kimmel.
Like just an unnecessary shot.
This
Jimmy
is nothing.
Kimmel.
This has nothing to do with it. But he's like he's not unfunny. I'll say he's entertaining, but as purely as like to watch the show for him, I think
No.
Stephen Colbert is funny on his own. Conan is funny on his own. Jimmy Kimmel like really thrives within the show. He's not like the funniest guy on his own. Just
unnecessary, just fucking.
Went from our top 5 albums to fucking Jimmy Kimmel video.
That's fun though.
Title of the video: You'll never believe what Jimmy Kimmel did. You'll never believe who said this about Jimmy Kimmel. The top 7 things ever said about Jimmy Kimmel. Fucking crotch itches. All right, let's get on with it.
Yeah. I'd give out a lot of honorable mentions, but I'd be here for a little while. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. There's like a lot of good albums.
I need to go home and off myself.
Yeah. Basically. That's our top
It's not
5
funny.
albums
It's not funny.
It's not funny. Okay.
2016 so far. Let us
Stop
know.
laughing, it's not funny.
I can laugh. It's me. Sorry.
Well, yours off.
I'm
Is
trapped.
that
I
how
can't
you
get
thumb
out.
ass?
Thumb ass.
Yeah.
If you like the thumb ass, tell us in the comments. Though.